Yeah, and I have one other question.
Yeah, okay.
How was Adam discovered? Like, how were you discovered?
I discovered him.
Honestly?
I get no credit for that, but I discovered
Drew
him.
did. I was at a place called the Brown Derby eating lunch when Louis B. Mayer pulled in.
It was Dupar's, remember?
Yes. How was I discovered? I was a boxing instructor, and I was teaching my good partner, Jimmy Kimmel, how to box, even though I didn't know who he was at the time. You know,
tell the whole story. Let's tell the story.
I did some gay porn in the late 70s. All right, I'll tell the story. Here's the thing I want all the kids to know, too. When I volunteered to teach Jimmy Kimmel how to box for a morning radio stunt about 6 or 7 years ago, I did not know him before that time. People seem to have trouble, when you're friends with somebody or you're partners with somebody, they figured, you taught him how to box, but you must have known him before that somehow.
Or that's your break, Adam. You knew Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, I did not know Jimmy Kimmel. I heard Kevin and Bean, the flagship station morning show over here.
In Los Angeles.
Talking about boxing, and I was working as a boxing instructor. So I called up to train either Jimmy or Michael, the maintenance man, the guy he was going to box. I didn't know either one of them, and I didn't care which one I trained. I just happened to get Jimmy. I trained.
You had a little bit of a plan. You thought you could do something on the radio. I mean,
I wanted to learn about the radio. I wanted to check it out. I just thought it'd be cool just to go in one morning and take a look-see. But I didn't have any plan. Yeah. I thought maybe I could answer the phones or something, maybe.
Right.
Best case scenario. And I met Jimmy, and Jimmy turned out to be a good guy and a bad boxer. And I made friends with Jimmy. I only had like 10 days or less than 2 weeks to train him. And I made friends with him, and he lost the fight. But he said, you're a pretty funny guy. You ought to try to do something to get on the radio. So I came up with a character, and I got on the radio, and I did it a few times. And Drew, then you used to listen to the morning show, and still do, I might add.
I do listen every morning, but I used to listen to your Saturday shift.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
They gave me a little Saturday shift for my character.
And that's when I said, Ann, we got to get that guy up. And Ann actually was very enthusiastic about getting you up, and you came up as a guest. Remember that?
I was actually a guest on this show when it was a local L.A. show before I was the host of this show.
Now,
that is weird, yeah.
That is weird, and we thought nothing more of it because it was sort of a failure. And but then the fellow that I was broadcasting with, Ricky Rackman at the time, passed on the opportunity to do the TV show.
Right.
And people turned to me and said, well, who do you want to do this? And I said, hell if I know. And I thought of Adam a couple of days later. And
why?
Thought, maybe.
Yeah.
I know, but it,
Well, because I was the only person you knew.
That's true.
Right. All right. So anyway, that's how I got on the radio, and the rest has been just a whirlwind romance between me and Drew.
Yeah.